Good morning, my dear students, grade 5. Today is Monday, 30 March 2020. Our lesson for today, what is a star? What is a star? Lesson objectives. To analyze the sun's physical characteristics and will investigate why the star Polaris is important. Why the star Polaris is important. What is a star? All of you look here at the picture. Did you know that the sun is a huge star? And also the sun is the center of the solar system. All the planets move around the sun. Okay. Now, the sun is huge when compared to Earth. The sun is huge when compared to Earth. But compared to other stars, the sun is what? Who can tell me? Yes, medium. The sun mass is nearby 2 million trillion kilograms, or 2 and 30 zeros. 2 and 30 zeros. Now, the sun has more million times the volume of Earth. How can scientists determine the mass of the sun? From the speed of planets and the shape of their orbits around the sun. You see here? The scientists determine the mass of the sun from the speeds of the planets and the shape of their orbits around the sun. Now here, let's underline, all of you please together. Stars are gigantic balls of very hot gases that give off radiation. The sun, as I told you, is a medium-sized star. Stars known as giant may be 8 to 100 times as large as the sun. Now, scientists have been able to calculate the sun mass from the speeds of the planets and the shapes of their orbits around the sun. The sun mass is nearby 2 million trillion kilograms. You can write it, as I tell you, write that as 2 followed by 30 zeros. It means 2 and 30 zeros. Now, who can answer question number 1? Read it and tell me the answer. Okay. Summarize. Compare the size of the sun to the size of other stars. Compare its size to Earth. As I told you, the sun is medium-sized star. Excellent answer. It is smaller than giants and supergiants. The sun is much larger than Earth. It has 1 million times more volume than Earth. Now let's study the characteristics of the sun. The outer part of the sun is about 5,500 Celsius degrees. The inner core could be as hot as 15 million Celsius degrees. This is the inner core. Okay? This is the outer core, prominence. Under the prominence, corona, chromosphere, photosphere, and flare. Now, the sun's atmosphere, the photosphere is the innermost layer, the chromosphere. Now, the corona is the outermost layer. Which layer of the sun has the highest temperature? The inner core, yes. Okay. Now here, characteristics of the sun. The sun is a fiery ball of hot gases and has no hard surfaces. Now, the sun atmosphere. It's like the earth. The earth also has atmosphere. The sun has an atmosphere. The most layer is called photosphere. Now, the photosphere very important because it gives off the light of energy you see. The layer above the photosphere is the chromosphere. The outermost layer is called the corona. Now, when scientists look at the sun with special equipment, I think the telescope, they see dark spots called sunspots moving on the face of the sun. Moving on the face of the sun. Okay. Now here, let's complete the characteristics of the sun. This is the sunspots. They see it by special equipments. Now, solar eruptions. We have two solar eruptions. Okay. A prominence look like a ribbon of glowing gases that leap out of the chromosphere into the corona. Prominence may appear and then disappear in a few days or months. Now, a solar flare. A solar flare is an explosive eruption of waves and particles into space. Solar flares are similar to volcanoes here on Earth. A solar flare causes a bright spot in the chromosphere that may last for minutes or hours. Okay. Now let's underline here the types of I told you two types of eruption. Prominence look like ribbon glowing gases. I show you the picture that leap out of the chromosphere into corona. Prominence may appear and then disappear in a few days or months. A solar flare is an explosive eruption of waves and particles into space. Solar flares are similar to volcanoes here on Earth because a solar flare causes bright spots in the chromosphere that may last for minutes or hours. For minutes or hours. Also, along with extra bright light, solar flare also give off other forms of energy. This energy is powerful enough to interrupt radio and satellite communicate on Earth. Now, who can tell me? I will choose randomly by class dojo. Question number 3. What are the physical characteristics of the sun? What are the physical characteristics of the sun? Okay. It is a ball of gases. It gives off light energy. It is very hot. It is a ball of gases. It gives off light and it is very hot. Now question number 4. Apply. Why might space agencies not want to send astronauts into space during solar flares? Again, why might space agencies not want to send astronauts into the space during solar flares? I want from you to think about the answer and tell me tomorrow what is the answer for this question, and tomorrow we will answer it and discuss it. Okay? Thank you, my dear students, and we will complete our lesson tomorrow.